What's going on, everyone? It is time to play a little bit of a different style of Qira. Not the control deck that you're used to, although we have some removal, but a little bit more of an aggressive win the game by completely outvaluing your opponent on the turn 4 flip. There's a lot of things to the deck, lots of new cards being played, and I'm pretty excited about it. Before I dive into it, a big thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. It's been an absolute blast seeing everyone open their packs and seeing what you get, including my own, so thank you for that. But what have we got going on with Qira, and why are we even playing Qira today? Well, really the main reason we're playing Qira is the new Topple the Summit. It's the 5 resource event that when you go ahead and deploy your leader, you can play it from your resource, dealing 3 damage to each damaged unit. With Qira, obviously, this is absolutely absurd because you deal half of their HP when the Qira flip happens, which means Topple the Summit basically just wipes the board. Now, this hits your units as well, so we have to be very careful about this, okay? One of the things that we can really kind of shift this in our favor is putting shield tokens from Qira's ability beforehand. So take, for example, like a Cyril Karn or a Zam Wessel. Well, Zam's got a shield token on her. She gets healed up, then hit for some damage with Qira's ability, so Topple the Summit doesn't actually kill off our units. Something like that can really put us in a huge board advantage position. But of course, even if we kill our own units, ideally it's going to be worse for them than it is for us, because we're going to be left with a 7-1 Qira, and they're probably going to lose their leader in a lot of spots. We also have a couple of other new cards, including Cad Bane for another 5 resource flip play, where we hit a bunch of units with the Qira's ability, and we defeat a unit with 2 or less remaining HP. We've got aggressive negotiations. Now that we have an aggro combat trick in aggression, well, we've got an ability to, attack with the unit, get +1/+0 for each card in hand. And because we're playing cards from our resources, including, Long Pike with Smuggle or Cad Bane or Topple, we should have, 3 or 4 cards in hand. So this is a 3 resource attack, give +3 or +4/+0 to your Qira or to whoever is attacking. Hunting Assassin Droid is a card that just goes in and gets extra raid 2 when it's damaged, so kind of like a grit card. Just trying it out here, playing around with it. We have Cyril Karn as a turn 1 play, nice way to deal some damage, maybe Tarkin Town, or make them discard cards in their hand. Hylobon Enforcer, obviously a classic, and a Zam Wessel here on turn 1 alongside some of these cards. Giving a shield token turns it into a 2 resource 3/3 shielded, which can be pretty impressive as well. A couple removal and Power of the Dark Side, Force Choke, a couple of old cards like Ogdo Bogdo, HK, Open Fire, all that good stuff. Some late game and Ruthless Raider and Devastator, and we're going to see what we can do with Qira. Well, if there was one match I did not want to start with, this has got to be one of them. Let's go ahead and keep this hand. We've got Daedra Colossus, the control Daedra deck on the opposing side of the battlefield. Let's resource our plot cards here. We've got a reasonable hand here. I am not disappointed in it at all. We're going to go with the Zam Wessel here, and we're going to see what my opponent decides to do. If they decide to go with, dealing some damage to Zam, that's totally fine. They're going to Entrenched. All right. I mean, they've got Entrenched, I suppose. That means that, we have kind of protection for Power of the Dark Side and cards like that. So that actually is kind of nice for us. I'm going to resource the Assassin Droid here, and I'm just going to go ahead and drop in Fifth Brother. Just go ahead and drop in, use up all of our resources. Now, I mean, they could make Fifth Brother take some damage. We will go ahead and claim initiative. We'll see if they have, some other card. They have a Daring Raid. That's fine. Again, this combination is basically like, playing an Open Fire almost. Resource one of the silencers here. Let's go with Cyril Karn here. They can go ahead and deal a couple of damage to Cyril Karn. That's fine. They don't need to draw a card. We will go ahead and silencer. They can deploy Daedra and still get that raid up unit. Wow, they have another Daring Raid. We'll pass here. If they want to claim initiative, that's fine. Wow, so good. Their plays here. Let's go to resource the Daring Raids, as the Ruthless Raider is actually going to be pretty clutch. Zam Wessel is kind of interesting as it kind of defeats the Daedra deploy, but my opponent's playing the control deck. Sometimes you just got to deal with it. You just got to deal with it. Let's see what my opponent's got. Do they have an answer to this serial? I mean, honestly, our plays aren't going to be that great. We can deploy Qira. They can draw a card here. We will attack. I guess I'm not going to reveal because I have to choose a unit. So if I choose one of these, they just won't discard a card and it's going to deal 2 damage. The Eye of Aldani, huh? Okay. Interesting. That is quite interesting, actually. I mean, I'm going to deploy Qira. And I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll heal, then play Cad Bane, trigger, pass on the defeated unit. So this Sam Wessel's pretty strong at this point. And they have Force Choke. I mean, this is an incredible hand. They double Daring Ray. The Eye of Adalni is actually going to do some work here. This is incredible. I mean, this is a disgusting... I mean, I guess I should have passed instead of claiming initiative, but wow, what a fantastic situation for them, huh? I think here what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and play the Long Pike. So I will pay 1 resource for the Cad Bane just to attack in for 4. And then we will just go ahead and play the Long Pike from our resource pile. So we're going to have a lot more cards than my opponent. They've had Retaliation as their play. Okay, let's go Long Pike here as a card from our resource pile. They can deploy Daedra to try to kill off our Cyril Karn. I'll just let them draw a card. Let's go ahead and claim initiative. We don't have any way to ready up our units here, so this is fine. Devastating Gunship. I mean, a lot of these cards can be decent, but we're just going to try to get in as much damage as possible here. Go ahead and get in for 4. They're going to have, you know, ways to wipe the board, so we'll let them draw a card. We'll go to an attack in, choose nothing here. I mean, they're just they're playing a control deck, guys. I mean, there isn't really a whole lot of interaction here, unfortunately. Let's just go with the silencer here. Eye of Aldani, huh? Okay. Let's go Ogdo Bogdo. Put some damage on Ogdo Bogdo. I mean, they could have, and I'm expecting, to be honest, let's go ready up these 2. They could have a Super Laser Blast, but that just means they kind of discarded Eye of Aldani. Didn't really do anything. I'm expecting a Super Laser Blast, so I guess we'll see that if it shows up. Okay, they've got no glory. We'll attack, get in for 4. I mean, honestly, my opponent's leader has done... It's done a little bit. They've drawn some cards. They haven't deployed it, so maybe they're waiting on the deploy for some reason, but, you know... What did they just play? This was, let's call it war. Okay, cool. Let's go Ruthless Raider, get in for 2. Just use up my resources, right? Get the 6 resources deploy. Let's pass. We've got HK, Ogdo Bogdo. I mean, I think at this point, I don't want to resource anything because I can just redeploy everything, even if they have Super Laser Blast, which of course they do. So let's just go ahead and, I guess, just start deploying some units, right? HK comes down. I should have deployed Ogdo first, to be honest. 5th Brother. Let's go ahead and claim initiative. Yeah, that's not that scary at all to me. I'm just trying to get in damage here. So get in for 1, get in for 3, right? Get in for 1 to the Daedra. Top target, huh? Okay, let's go ahead and drop a Ruthless Raider. Top target's going to heal them 6. That's pretty nice. Rivals Fall. So they could have like a Power of the Dark side. I'm just going to claim. Okay, they got Merciless Contest. They can heal 6. That's fine. What a hand from our opponent, huh? My opponent's got a lot of options here. Let's just go ahead and drop in the Ogdo Bogdo. Super Laser Blast. There's a top target. Sure. My opponent. This is obnoxious, huh? This is obnoxious. They have Super Laser Blast again or something. I mean, they're just gonna Super Laser Blast every turn. Heal. Guys, I can't wait for rotation, to be honest. I mean, look at the deck. Set one, set one, set two, set one. Wow, super laser blast. Who would have guessed? I would certainly have not. Yep, they can take 2 damage. Let's go with the IG 2000. Let's pass. No resource yet again. Ugh. Ugh, 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 ugh. Waiting for my opponent to finally, actually do something else. I mean, they probably have Avengers and things like that they can deploy. So, honestly, Avengers are not all that scary. Let's go ahead and get in for 4. I mean, they did some damage to my long pike, but I'll take the damage. I don't really care. I mean, they could have the other daring raid, of course. But, okay, there's Vigilance. They're going to heal, kill the long pike. Sure. Kind of ended up pretty even for us. I mean, they're just playing literally just a full-on hard control deck. It is what it is, right? Okay, let's pass. I guess I could have used the Qira ability on the HK, but let's see what they've got. Pillage. Yeah, I mean, Pillage does not do a whole lot. Discard double power of the dark side. I don't really care about Pillage. Okay, Pillage again, huh? Go Devastating Gunship. Do they have another Pillage? Just triple Pillage me? Let's go ahead and put a shield token on Devastating Gunship. Let's actually go for the extra power here. Aggressive Negotiations is a very, very solid pickup. Wow. The infinite amount of vigilance is just, I mean, this is just obnoxious, huh? Completely obnoxious for my opponent. All right, let's claim initiative. I'm going to keep everything in hand just because I could get pillaged again. And I don't want to get this Devastator pillaged. There's a Crate Dragon. That does make things a little bit tricky for us, huh? Let's go 4 to base. Wow. Okay. They actually took out the HK, huh? Annihilator, huh? Wow, they annihilated it. I mean, we have Ruthless Raider. What a couple of draws from them, huh? Do they have an answer to the Ruthless Raider? They're claiming initiative. What could they have? They need a way to heal. Can we beat the control deck? I'm trying to hold my excitement, guys. Yes, we did it. All that work, a 10-minute game, all of this nonsense, just to lose to a bunch of Ruthless Raiders and Devastators. I mean, we did it. Honestly, I thought this was one of our worst matchups because Cad Bane, Devastating Gunship, Topple the Summit, our entire game plan really doesn't function, but that just goes to show you the strength of Ruthless Raider and Devastators. And we fought through 2 Super Laser Blasts, 2 top targets, 2 Vigilances, multiple Daring Raids at the beginning of the game, multiple ways to exhaust your units, multiple removes. I mean, look at this discard pile right now. My opponent just played a series of controlling events and then died, essentially. So cool, I guess. GG. Alrighty, we've got ourselves another game here up against Han Red, which honestly I think Force Choke's going to be pretty mediocre just because I'm expecting them to go all space, so the Force Choke's not going to do a whole lot. Topple the Summit would be amazing in this deck, or against this deck, because they usually go pretty wide, have a bunch of units down, but I think Zam Wessel on turn 1 into HK plus Daring, plus Shield Token, rather, is going to be pretty nice here. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just going to resource this 5th brother. We'll see what they have here. Okay, so let's go ahead and give Shield Token over to Zam Wessel. It's a 3/3 shielded. I mean, that's pretty obnoxious, huh? Get the HK down, pass. We got long. Ooh, that's exactly what I'm looking for, my friends. That is exactly what I am looking for. Okay. What do I want to do here? I think we'll attack for 3. I think I will attack for 2. I'm going to play the Millennium Falcon, huh? Let's go with Long Pike here. Let's claim. This will be interesting. This will be interesting. I mean, I think I just flip, right? Let's see what they decide to do with this Millennium Falcon. Okay, they bounce it. So let's just flip. If I flip, I kill off a bunch of my units too. The only thing with that. Ooh, this is tough. I mean, if I flip, I can knock out the Millennium Falcon potentially and just try to get in for some damage. This is tricky. This is tricky. Maybe I don't flip. No, I have to. I have to. Get a bunch of damage to their base, draw a bunch of cards. They've got Plo Koon. They're going to hit my unit. Sure. If that's the outcome, I'm fine with that. Pretty solid, honestly, for us. We just kind of had to stall out the game just a little bit. What do I want to do here? Let's go with the shield token on Zam Wessel. Okay, this actually works out. We're going to go open fire on Millennium Falcon. And then let's go attack in for 3. Okay. That's a lot of scariness right there with that Millennium Falcon. Ooh, aggressive negotiations is a lot of damage. Okay. All right, we're going to go IG. Aggressive negotiations in for like 1 million approximately. Oh my gosh. How much does that do? That's 4? Wow, that is literally the perfect amount. Boshek drawing Trench Run and Cartel Turncoat. Cool stuff. They got us. They got us with the aggressive negotiations. GG. We almost had it, but their hand was very, very fast, and we needed just a little bit. We need like 1 turn. They just happen to have that little bit of extra damage, and they had the answer to Qira, right, with a Plo Koon. If they didn't have like a Plo Koon here to kill our Qira immediately, we would have been smacking for 7, which would have been really good. Or if we had just drawn Power of the Dark Side a little bit earlier, right? If we had just drawn Power of the Dark Side a little bit earlier or something like that to immediately deal with Millennium Falcon would have been good. But this deck's pretty strong, and also the aggressive negotiations, amazing addition to this deck. This is one of those ones that I was really looking at because with Han, you ready up everything, get a bunch of resources down, get a bunch of units down, but you draw a bunch of cards with C-3PO, Boshek, and things like that. I mean, sweet addition. So shout out to this guy. I like it. I like it. Into the next game, up against another Daedra. I'm going to resource the Topple and the Kylo Silencer. Cyril can reveal the Ruthless Raider and the Open Fire. Cyril can take 2 damage. I don't really care about that. So let's go ahead and claim initiative. We are definitely going to be playing the AGGRO here. Let's go ahead and attack. Reveal these 2. And then we can choose to deal 2, or they can choose to discard a card. Honestly, if they discard a card and then, just use their action to hit Cyril, I will also let them draw a card. So it's kind of just a net nothing, right? It just makes them tax 1 resource essentially. So that's not too big of a deal. Okay, let's just go with Ogdo Bogdo then. Drop in an Ogdo Bogdo. Do I want them to draw a bunch of cards? Yeah, they can draw a bunch of cards. Let's go ahead and claim initiative. I don't mind them drawing a bunch of cards because I think Ogdo being alive is going to be pretty powerful here. Okay, let's go ahead and reveal the two that we had revealed before. If they want to discard a card, that's fine. Okay, there you go. They are discarding a card. Yep, they can draw 3 cards. That's fine with me. I don't really care about them doing this. Let's go with open fire on the Reckless Gunslinger. Let's go ahead and pass. I don't really care about everything that my opponent's doing right now. They drew a bunch of cards, sure, but like, what can they really do in this game, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, this just feels really bad for them. They can keep drawing as many cards as they want for the most part. That is, you know, they do have aggressive negotiations, which is a very, very scary card for sure. That can definitely do some work. So we do have to be a little bit worried about that, but I do like the aggressive negotiations. That does shift a lot of games in a lot of different people's favors. So it's very, very interesting to see that come down. Okay, let's go Devastating Gunship. I'd rather have the Devastating Gunship than the Cad Bane. It's just gonna be a 5-powered attacker. And I mean, they're not gonna be able to do anything really here. Okay, they claimed, which means we kill HK, then deploy Qira, then get in for 4. Because now AGGRO can attack again. Seems good. We have Ruthless Raider, Aggressive Negotiations get in for +3/+0, Daring Raid. I mean, this game seems over, and it is. GG. Into our next game, and we've got ourselves a reasonable hand. I think I want to keep the AGGRO, and we're just going to start with a TIE Silencer here. They got an R2. They're going to make it a 2/5, which is going to be, you know, lots of power there, or lots of toughness, rather. Zam Wessel, huh? Do I want to go with AGGRO, or do I want to go with Zam? I think I would just want to go with AGGRO. Let's get in for 3 here. This is going to be an interesting matchup. I think I may wait on Qira's deploy because I can one-shot the Ray deploy with Qira, which is very, very interesting. AGGRO part 2. I mean, I think I might want to just get rid of this Zam here. So they can have potentially like takedown or fell the dragon, which would be pretty good here because they can knock out the AGGRO. Akbar doesn't quite do it because I can just knock out the C-3PO and, you know, I get essentially a free kill and I can kill C-3PO or R2-D2 rather, and the R2 and the Yaddle if they want to attack here. Yep, and they choose to. So now we just play another AGGRO. Seems pretty good. Fifth Brother, Hylobon, Devastating Gunship. I'm kind of excited about. I also like this Hylobon because it should be a very, you know, cheap aggressive unit here. Let's just go ahead and attack in for 3 and see what my opponent decides to do afterwards. I've got Mina Bonteri. Okay, I'm going to go for the shield token here then. That's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine actually, because I can go kill Mina. It's going to heal my AGGRO. Yeah, home 1, home 1. We got to put on the pressure on them then right now. Let's go ahead and deploy Qira. Oh, I should have played Hylobon Enforcer here. Whoops. I should have played Hylobon Enforcer before doing this. That's okay. We'll go and get in for a little bit of damage, and we'll Tarkin Town away the Akbar. Pass. We got, double Ruthless Raider is pretty fantastic, to be honest. I'm going to keep both of those. This could go very long, depending on what Ray does, but we have Power the Dark Side, which is looking really good. I should have deployed Hylobon Enforcer first, if that was kind of the game plan that I was going to go with, which obviously it was, because it would have been a 3-powered unit instead, so that was a little bit of a mistake there. There's Ray, and Jar Jar, and Armor of Fortune. Okay. What does my opponent decide to do? We're going to kill Jar Jar here. They can knock out a unit, but then we're just going to go Power the Dark Side. So very much upgraded unit, but I mean, we're still left with an amazing hand and a lot of options. I kind of like... I don't think open fire is actually to be all that relevant. And they could home one us. They got Luke's now. It's going to be good. Luke's are good. Ruthless Raider, get in for a bunch of damage. Let's go ahead and put a shield token on, I guess, Ruthless Raider. Pass. Another Power of the Dark Side. Okay, Power of the Dark Side looking relevant here. Okay, let's go ahead and get in with the Kylo Silencer. They have home one potentially, just as a reminder. Home one can come down. They can bring back, you know, Mina Bonteri or Yaddle or whatever. There's home one. There's Mina Bonteri. Okay. Let's go ahead and get in for 4. And I can go Devastating Gunship plus Fifth Brother. But Devastating Gunship would be susceptible to the home one. So let's go Ruthless Raider, kill Luke. Shield token on the other Ruthless Raider. Pass. So now they can restore, right? Mina Bonteri is technically restore 2. This thing is restore 2. Each one of these things, though, is going to deal 2. I mean, I don't really know how they win, to be honest. It'll be pretty tough. Interesting hand. I mean, I didn't expect the Armor of Fortune Jar Jar. That's kind of a cool thing. I do think Armor of Fortune's kind of interesting because Rey doesn't die immediately. And even if we had saved Qira for that, it wouldn't have died. But, I mean, we were just a little bit more aggressive. And really, Ogdo Bogdo did some major work. I mean, we traded 2 for 1 multiple times up against... I mean, we killed Yaddle and R2. So we essentially spent 4 resources for their 5, which was really nice. And we used 1 less action. So that's pretty useful. And we sacrificed, or we got rid of their Akbar ability. So we also let them play like a weaker unit. So yeah, just an amazing Ogdo Bogdo game plan here. And just kind of went to town. I mean, there really wasn't any new cards here. Just kind of defeated them. Into the next game, we've got ourselves Padme Amidala, which I think could be a little bit scary. Especially since, you know, they can deal a bunch of damage to our units as they go along and kind of mess them up. Well, we are going to go with the shield token on Hilo Bond Enforcer. This is going to look pretty nice. Even if they use target down to get rid of the shield token on Hilo Bond, that means that Hilo Bond is going to they're going to draw a card off of it. We're going to kill the Warrior of Clan Ordo, and we're going to kind of go to town here. It's going to be pretty nice. Another Devastator. I don't think the Devastators are going to be all that relevant in this particular game. So just going to go ahead and resource those. See what they decide to do with maybe like an R2. Maybe they can trigger the discard and go ahead and get the shield token off Hilo Bond. That would be the best case scenario for them. Interesting. Let's just go ahead and open fire the Millennium Falcon. And we'll see what my opponent decides to do afterwards. Wow, they are going to attack the Hilo Bond Enforcer. And they are going to disclose aggression. Very, very solid. I guess I should have thought about that. They can get the shield token off with Warrior of Clan Ordo beforehand. I didn't even think about that because I was like, oh yeah, Warrior of Clan Ordo is just a 3/3. But they're absolutely right. That was a little bit of a silly... I mean, it's not silly because I still think we're pretty advantaged at this point in the game. But... definitely something I should have considered. Let's just go with a Long Pike. I'm fine with just dropping a 4/6 on the board. Just dropping it, Even if they have 1 damage trigger here, that's totally fine. Let's go ahead and claim. And we'll see what my opponent's got. They have 1 resource. 1 resource. We'll see what they're going to do. Okay. I don't know if I care about Long Pike being attacked. I think I just ignore their units right now. I think I just attack base for 4. I know they can disclose a card to hit the Long Pike and do all that stuff, but I don't really care about that, to be honest. Now, we can topple the summit to knock out both these units, which I think I'm just going to do. Yeah, this seems good. Yep, that seems good. I know it's setting me up for like a potential 1 trigger can kill my Qira. They have Bamboozle. Wow, what a disgusting follow-up after that. I mean, that is as good as it gets, to be honest. That is an incredible card. Fantastic for my opponent. Let's go with another long pike. I mean, I didn't expect the game to go this long, but my opponent, I mean, the bamboozle. Wow, what an incredible pickup here. We're just going to go Daring Raid on the Padme, just hit them for 2. I don't know if it's going to be all that relevant, but it might be. They got Hotshot Blaster. We're going to go and claim initiative, see what they're going to be doing behind the scenes. Bamboozle. I thought we were going to get in for 7, but yeah, Bamboozle does prevent it. You know, that is, you know, deal 1 damage to a unit. So good on them, I guess. See what my opponent decides to do as a follow-up here, though. Maybe I was wanting the Devastators. It's seeming more and more like it by the moment. Waiting for my opponent to take an action, deciding what they would like to do. There's another Hotshot Blaster. I mean, I think we just drop a Power of the Dark Side on that, move on with our day, you know? Yeah, let's just drop Power of the Dark Side, kill off the Padme. They lose both hot shots. They can't get in a bunch of damage. I know it's not like amazing or anything like that, but it would do some work. Let's go ahead and get in for 4 here with the Long Pike. They have Lightmaker, but this IG is going to allow us to kill off the Lightmaker with the Tarkin Town. Karis Nemec is absolutely incredible, by the way. That is an incredible card. Absolutely incredible. Let's go. I think we resource the Devastating Gunship. I think we're very aggro here. So if my opponent, they're going to... What? Car. Weird. Plo Koon. Get in for some damage. Okay. We're going to put a shield token on Plo Koon and on HK so they can't Tarkin Town it, I guess. Weird situation. Okay, let's get in for 3 here. Ruthless Raider. Yeah, okay, it was GG. Very, very interesting style. I do think Padme's very strong, though, so very exciting. Into the next game. Let's see what my opponents have got for me. Ooh, we've got a green Yoda here. Qira's been dominating so far. I mean, very, very strong. Let's see what we can find ourselves here up against Yoda. This seems like an okay hand. I'm really hoping to not have to play the Long Pikes as a 4-drop, but we'll keep one in hand just in case. So I do have the curve of Cyril, Fifth Brother, Long Pike, Qira, plus whatever, and then, you know, kind of move on. But we'll see what my opponent's got here on turn 1. They have a Lothwolf, huh? Okay. I mean, Lothwolf is interesting. Let's go ahead and pass. Hylobon Enforcer, huh? So I can go... I don't want the Hunting Assassin droid. Man, this Fifth Brother kind of stinky too. What do I want to do here? Oh, I got options. I've got options. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do up against this Yoda. They're passing. So I can go shield token on Cyril. Hylobon Enforcer attack. Let's go shield token on Cyril. And let's see what my opponent decides to do afterwards. I think they're just waiting for me to do something with this Cyril first. Another Sentinel. Interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and attack into the Lothwolf. I will reveal. Deal 2 damage to the Obi-Wan. Or do they want to discard a card? Okay, they discard a Clone. I think we just pass. Actually, even though it's really not that great of a play, I think that's kind of what we have to do. I don't really think playing Hylobon Enforcer down into the Yoda deck is going to really do us all that much good. I think we had a pretty bad start. Didn't expect a secondary Sentinel. See what my opponent wants to do here. Wow. They just attack here. Interesting. I would have thought they would have killed my Cyril Karn for sure. I mean, do we get another card out of their hand? I mean, that seems pretty good. Otherwise, we deal 2 damage to the Obi-Wan. We can Tarkin Town that away. Kind of tempted to get this Lom Pike down. Are they discarding a card? They discarded another card. I mean, honestly, I think that makes sense, you know? To just, not that they should be sitting here and like trying to get rid of all their cards or anything like that, but really the way you lose this game is if we outrun you. And right now they're kind of preventing that, which is good. So let's go with Lom Pike here. And we'll see what my opponent decides to do as a follow-up. They've got Spark of Hope. Okay, so they're just ramping. And Foresight. Interesting. I mean, Power of the Dark Side does incredible work here. They're going to be able to draw an extra card here, though. So, I mean, this has kind of worked out for them. This is a very risky play, though, up against Power of the Dark Side and that type of stuff. Yoda's coming down very quickly, though. So, kind of have to be a little bit worried there. There's a Topple the Summit. I mean, let's resource that for sure. Let's think about this. Let's just attack base. Trying to figure out what I want to do. I do want to deploy Qira and kill Obi-Wan. Let's just deploy Qira. And see what my opponent has. They've got Chirrut. It's going to be pretty good. Let's go Fifth Brother. I suppose we'll play Hylobon Enforcer because none of their units can kill it. And then pass. I thought they were going to draw an extra card here. There's a Devastator. That could be good. Yoda comes down this turn. That's going to be a tough one to fight through. My opponent's played Mono Sentinel so far, which is extremely obnoxious. Okay, what do I want to do here? Let's put a shield token on the blue. Shield token on blue leader, shield token on Lom Pike. They can use the Force, but then Tarkin Town's going to knock out the Chirrut. I don't like my spot at all. I think we're in a pretty bad spot, to be honest. But there's not a whole lot that we can do here. Let's go Tarkin Town on Chirrut. They can deploy Yoda, kill Fifth Brother. Oh, they're... Interesting. I mean, let's hit the blue leader, I guess. My opponent's gonna have a lot of opportunities here. Ruthless Raider on blue leader. If they kill the Ruthless Raider, I think I actually don't mind that. Let's hit Obi-Wan, get a powered up Hylobon. And then claim. I was worried about the ground arena because I thought they were going to just be able to outrun us here, but we might have a chance to be able to fight back here now. So let's go. So I can attack in for... I mean, aggressive negotiations kills Yoda, right? That's 7 damage. Maybe I just go with that. I could also play the riskier play of attacking Obi-Wan shield token, and try to go with a fifth brother attack into Yoda, defeating the shield token, and then finishing it off with like Hylobon Enforcer. That seems risky. Let's do a shield token on both these. I'm gonna go for it. I think this is gonna be high value. We're kind of in the very threatened place right now. So how does this? So this is 3 damage. This is 5, 6, 7. Nice. That ended up working out. Potentially. We'll see what they have as a follow-up. If it's 5 power, it's going to be tough to deal with. Interesting. Village protectors. Okay, let's go fifth brother. They're going to claim. We're going to pass. We've got another Devastator. Okay. I mean, fifth brother is good here. But we're under a lot of pressure. And that's the problem. If they play, like, I don't know, a home one, I mean, it's over. There's nothing we can do about that. So we have to be very, very lucky here. There's a Yoda. There's a heal. Do we have an answer to this? We deal 4 damage to this, and then we just lose. So, yeah, GG. I mean, I guess we could take initiative and hope to draw Power of the Dark Side. So I guess that's what we do. We haven't drawn any Power of the Dark Sides yet. Oh, okay. We're in the game still. We are in the game still. We've got the Power of the Dark Side. Let's go Power. We're in it. If we win this game. Oh, I mean, we have the Ruthless Raider. I just don't think we can play out Ruthless Raider blind and hope that that wins the game. So I think we just play or attack it with Long Pike. Dang it. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what we would have done, right? Luke's just a good draw. They're playing bangers after bangers. Yeah, we don't have an answer. GG to my opponent. Well played, well played. They're playing their Yoda green. Did we see any new cards? I was kind of curious what they would be playing from the new set, but I don't think there's a whole lot. That was a good game, though. Lots of Sentinels to fight through. Alrighty, into the next game. We've got ourselves a match against Daedra Red. I don't like the Silencer up against this matchup, so I'm going to go ahead and mulligan that first hand. The Assassin Droid also not as exciting, to be honest. Yeah, let's just go ahead and drop it in HK and see what my opponent's got for me. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Looks like we're playing the same deck. I like it. Let's pass. HK coming in as the turn 1 play. So they're a little bit more aggressive generally with the Daedra. So we'll see what they decide to do here. Okay, they're just going to get in for some damage. We will also get in for some damage. And then we'll see what my opponent wants to do. They're going to play a Bo-Katan. Okay, let's going to go fifth brother then. And Daring Raid. Okay, let's go ahead and claim initiative. Wow, topple the summit, huh? That's a good pickup. Let's go ahead and hit Bo-Katan here. I'm doing this because I'm going to play out the IG 3000 and then just get in that extra little ping here. And then we're probably just going to Tarkin Town away the HK, although we'll see what my opponent decides to play here. Let's pass. If they claim, that's great. They didn't use any of their resources. I'm left with a pretty solid situation going on. Maybe they use the Daedra action. I'm happy to allow them to kill my units because I'm going to kill my own units with the Topple the Summit anyways. So this is totally fine. And in fact, I'm just going to claim. I know I can Tarkin Town right now. The only way this goes really poorly is if they give Daedra a ton of extra toughness to where my Qira plus Qira plus Topple the Summit wouldn't kill Daedra. But it's going no Tarkin Town. They're, I guess, assuming something. I don't know what they're assuming, but this is totally fine with me. Yeah, you do your thing. You do your thing. You do your thing. Let's deploy Qira. Heal. Topple. I wonder if they forgot that card exists. So now I get to preserve the Tarkin Town, and they can draw an extra card, kill Qira, but I think we have a better late game deck. But we'll find out, right? We will find out for sure. Let's go with Cyril Karn here. But now we have Tarkin Town available to us, which I do like. They could have Ruthless Raider, though, which would be pretty bad for us. They have Ruthless Raider. Kind of unfortunate that they happen to have it. We'll see what they've got as a follow-up. Cad Bane. We got our own Ruthless Raider now. That's pretty good. They're putting a lot of pressure on us. A lot of pressure. Let's go ahead and reveal the Force Choke and Aggressive Negotiations and see what my opponent's got as a follow-up. Double Aggression is hard to beat no matter what. It's just a tough couple of cards. I think they just discard a card here since Tarkin Town can finish off the Ruthless Raider, so they probably don't want that to happen. They got Dryden Voss. Oh, sick. Man, this is a tough one. Huh? Let's just go Force Choke on Dryden. And then I can put a shield token on IG. Okay, they have Academy Disciplinarian. I mean, they could have a lot of options here. We just have to go with the Tarkin Town, your Ruthless Raider, get the 2 damage in, Lom Pike, and see what happens. Pretty solid hand for my opponent. The double aggression really getting in a lot of damage there. Okay. I mean, I will knock out the Academy Disciplinarian. Oh, they had Daring Raid. GG. Really strong hand from our opponent. That was a fun game. Double aggression really putting on a lot of pressure for us. Also, just the kind of cards we had there up against Daedra can be a little bit tricky in this matchup. The blue, I think, is actually better for us than the double red. The double red kind of really messes up our overall game plan, but they happen to have a very, very aggressive start, and I always love seeing Dryden. Dryden's so sick. It's so sick. It's such a cool card. The Crosshair is also pretty amazing because you can really power up some really big hits, like turn 2, you Crosshair attack, Academy Disciplinarian, attack again, and get some damage in. You know, and that can deal 6 damage because you can't deal another 1 damage the first attack, but you can get in a lot of damage like that, or even aggression powering up Crosshair. I mean, this is a 4-powered attacker. I mean, that's really, really solid for the aggression ready up. You know, that's can do some work. And of course, Dryden is awesome. It's awesome. So good game to my opponents. Thanks for the match. Alrighty, so what did we learn with Qira? Well, there are some really powerful additions. We did get to see Zam Wessel do her thing, and we did get to see the Cad Bane come down one time. The Topple the Summit came down a lot, actually. We got to see the powerful combination that truly is. Qira almost always died afterwards. Apparently, everyone's got an answer to Qira these days, which, not too surprising. Cyril Karn actually did some major work, and aggressive negotiations, getting in that extra surprise damage in a combination of aspects that typically won't have it, is really, really powerful. I think, honestly, if you're going to go with Topple the Summit, you probably want to go with a different construction. I was trying to see if we can go a little bit more aggressive and use Topple the Summit as like a disruptive element and maybe have some shield tokens to do some work in that regard, but it didn't really pan out that way. I think if you're going to go Topple the Summit, you can kind of play like this more mid-range style. So instead of having early game units, just have maybe some like things like Dr. Pershing to draw you some cards, and maybe some tempo game plan. You don't need to run Tarkin Town, maybe even running just like a 30 HP base, and then utilizing Top of the Summit as a way to equalize the board when Qira comes down. The problem with going all in on that is if you don't draw Top of the Summit, it can be a lot worse, whereas this can just be a very aggressive deck in some situations. So overall, pretty strong. Top of the Summit, very, very strong card. Has a lot of versatility to it in terms of just, in some decks like against Boba Fett, that thing can do some work again. The indirect damage deck, that is. So very, very interesting situation we got going on with Top of the Summit. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all for the next one.